Now, if you look at the other camp, we have the Law Upholder. And the Law Upholder has the initial impulse, probably has the initial impulse of the lawbreaker. Every child wants its desires fulfilled. So even the law upholders would first reach out to get what they want. We are talking here about distortions and not a perfect world. So in the distortion, the person who tends to be a law upholder, when they reach out and to get what they want and are met with resistance or a tremendous reaction from the other party, and they pull back, what they see is that authority is an enemy, but they decide to align with it. Again, what I'm trying to describe is that we're talking about distortion here. We're talking about authority when it's become, let me take that back. We're talking about authority because we're trying to look at problems that we have with authority. So we're not looking at clean authority and clean reactions to authority. So when I start to talk in terms of breaking down the camps into lawbreakers and law upholders, I'm already talking about reactions that are not necessarily clear and clean and productive. So again, going into the law upholder, they have the same impulse to get their wishes fulfilled. But when they reach out to do that and are stopped by authority, what they may perceive is that the best way to get their wish fulfilled is to align with the authority. And this alignment with authority is not honest. This is not made from a conscious position, from an adult position. These attitudes are developed in childhood. So the child reaches out for something, the authority figure stops them and seems dangerous or seems like it's going to punish. So the child may choose to align itself with the authority figure. And the mental process that develops is a forced mental process that says authority is good. It is good for me to align with authority, whether or not it's right, whether or not it's fair, and whether or not I like it. Well, once you have that statement, that authority is positive and good, then the opposite statement becomes, then my desires are bad. Because a child does not sit with a conflict in its mind and work it out like a philosophy major in college, or it doesn't write essays. We're talking about a child's mind creating these attitudes. So in the child's mind, if authority must be supported in order to get what I want, then my desires to break with authority, my desires to go against authority, they have to be bad, and they become evil. So the law upholder becomes wedded to authority and upholds the law, not necessarily because it believes in it, but because it perceives that that is the way to get what it wants. So the guide describes this as the law upholder tries to be good. And in the lecture, it's in quotation marks. And the guide even says you need to put this good in quotation marks. Because the real effort is to get what it wants, for the child to get what it wants. And it perceives aligning with authority as the road to do that. And yet what they're really doing is they're aligning out of weakness and fear.